Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel Swetha CVENV. So this is the fourth chapter, Landfills of Solid Waste Management, and really happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everyone, and even happy Teachers Day also. Let's start with the contents of the chapter: sanitary landfill methods, factors, advantages and disadvantages, legit, control of the legit movement, and gas recovery system. Okay. First, the sanitary landfill. We know we have to study here what is a landfill, what is a sanitary landfill, how the modern landfill is going to be usually established or constructed, we can say. Okay, see here, landfill is nothing but the site where all the waste are going to be dumped. Okay, hence it is got a name called as dumping ground. And usually modern landfills are lined and capped. Okay, and what is the sanitary landfill? Here the waste will be disposed are compacted and covered with the layer of soil at the end of the day's operation. So that's what they are going to be deposited in the pits provided, and it will be covered at the end of the operation. Means after that particular pit is going to be covered with that particular solid waste, then they are going to lay these coverings and all. Okay, and usually this type of establishment or the constructions are usually followed or controlled by these municipal solid waste landfills are governed by, we can say, the state and the local government. Okay, and this modern landfill pictorial representation is given here. So you can see well monitored groundwater pipeline, and the trashes are deposited in that particular pit, and methane gas recovery systems are provided as well. The leachate treatment systems are provided, landfill liners are provided, the clay cap is also provided, just to prevent the entry of so and so waste gases to the environment or to the ground or to the groundwater. Whatever the contaminants are there, it should not come into contact with the groundwater flow. To that, what we can say, for preventing, they are going to provide so many protecting guards, we can say. Okay, so here it is another pictorial representation of fully lined landfill. You can see a beautiful picture. See, groundwater monitoring well as well, the same thing is going to be developed in a clear manner. Okay, see, to that, to this. Okay, so we not only the state and government, okay, they have even an agency for that, that is environmental protection agency. They are going to prescribe some of the rules and regulations for the state and local governments, so that how they can prevent the inconvenience which may cause during the deposition and all, right? So for that reason, they said that some of the waste should be banned in the sense they are not allowed to dispose of in terms of this particular landfill area. What are such waste, we can say? For example, the waste, sorry, like paints, cleaners, chemicals or motor oil, etc. So these should not be mixed with these kind of organic solid waste. Okay, it should be uh, going or it should be undertaken with the help of some other methodologies, so that for what we can say, for decomposing or in terms of in preventing the access for it to attack the environment, we can say. Okay, and what are the major process of landfill, how exactly it is going to work? See, they're going to collect the garbage from each household. Okay, then at last it will be sent to the landfill site. Before that, what they're going to, after it is going to be collected, the truck is going to weigh according to how many tons of the waste is going to be generated, and before they are going to dump into the landfill site, they are going to compact it and all, and then they are going to dump it, and then after depositing how many tons of that particular landfill area, matlab whatever the constructed pit is there, how much the capacity it is having to hold how many tons of the waste and all, they will chuck it. Okay, after all the dirt and remains of the waste are cleaned from that particular truck, okay, then again it is weighed back. Empty truck is going to be again weighed back. Why? To calculate the total volume of the garbage, okay, generated. Okay, then it should be well maintained as well as it is inexpensive. Since it is inexpensive, we're not using any kind of mechanical devices also here much, so it becomes like an one investment one cost. So let us study with the method. So we will discuss regarding the methods followed in terms of area and the trench method. So area method is used when the terrain is unsuitable from the trench excavation. And trench method, here the solid waste are going to be placed in the cells or the trenches which are excavated. And area method is applicable in terms of high groundwater conditions, whereas the trenches can be constructed even below the high groundwater conditions, or the level we can say, with the what we can say by taking the preventive measures, okay, so that it should not enter into the groundwater. And in case of area method, here the landfill site preparation includes the installation of a liner and leachate control system cover materials, and that must be hauled in by the truck and earth moving equipments from adjacent land or borrow pit areas. So they are saying, in case of area method, they will undergo all these modern technologies or facilities like liner and leachate control systems, and even the cover materials, if it is going to leave excess, then it can be even placed by neighbor landfill sites or the neighboring or adjacent pits. Okay, we can place that particular soil, I mean we can reuse it. So in that way it is going to happen. And in case of trenches, the soils which are excavated from the site is used for daily and final cover. Okay, as usual, either for daily covers or in case of final cover also they can use it. And another point, they say that trenches are usually lined with synthetic membrane liner or the clay to limit the movement of landfill gases and leachate. Okay, trenches are usually lined with the help of the clays and all. Okay, gas movement or leachate movement entering into the groundwater and all should be prevented. For that reason only they are going to provide these modern technologies, or we can say particular membranes. And in case of area method, the techniques that have been used includes the use of movable temporary cover materials such as soil and geomembranes. In case of area method, whatever cover materials they are going to use are like in a temporary basis. Either they can be used now, again they can change it to the next. Okay, so like that. In case of trenches, what is going to happen, we will discuss how the dimensions are kept here. In case of trenches, see, this it will be the pit will be in the shape of a square, that too up to 1,000 feet in width and length, with side slopes of 1.5:1 to 2:1 in length, and 3 to 10 feet in depth, and 15 to 50 feet in width. So these were the dimensions in regard of trench area method. And area method, here we have already said that since temporary cover will be placed and all over it and all, right, it can be even removed for next lifting up of the things, like after all the waste is going to be decomposed and all, if last residues type whatever is remain, we can take that for recycling, or we can say for cleaning purposes and all. If they're going for the pit thing, then they can usually aram se they can take off the temporary cover layer, they can place aside, then they can clean that particular stuff, and then they can move to the other thing, right? So this was the concept regarding it. And even here I have shown the drawing also. Let's see. So these are the methods. Even this drawing is also helpful. So I will just what I can say, I can just say you the what are those indication points and all. So you can see here, it is first point coming towards the monitoring wall, that is up gradient groundwater monitoring wall, and sump, leachate pressure monitor, down gradient groundwater monitoring well. So these are the things at the top, and in between whatever the liners are there, the liners. And towards your right side you have the primary geomembrane liner, primary clay liner, secondary geomembrane liner, and at the last you are having existing non-clay soil and unsaturated zone it is. And down that we have a groundwater flow, and the other two liners along with that we are having even the drainage layers also, leak detection system between the liners, secondary clay liners. So these are the labels of that particular drawing for your examination point of view. Okay, fine. So let's see What are the main basic, we can say, like cell or vent method, as well as the barrier method. So we'll discuss regarding even this. See, you can see here, in case of cell or vent method, okay, it's the drawing. You're having the slope, final cover material, and here it is compacted solid waste cell type. They have like square boxes, gas movement principally the methane gases and all, and daily cover materials. So, and in case of barrier method, you can see the same, the slope sides and drainage ditches either sides, and daily covers, original ground. So this is the barrier method drawing. You can use it for differentiation and all. So what exactly the vent method usually follows? So see here the gases are constructed of gas vents are constructed of gravel, and the spacing of the cell vents depends on the width of the waste cells, but usually varies from 10 to 60 meters. The thickness of the gravel layer should be such that it will remain continuous even though there may be differential settling. Even though in case of differential settling occurs, whatever the gravel layers are there, it should remain constant. Okay, it should not be changed and all. And whatever gas vents are constructed with the help of gravel materials, and the spacing of the cells or the width depends upon the width of the waste of that, I mean, we can say the volume, or we can say the area of that particular pit. Depending on that, the width of that particular cell will be decided. It is usually varying from 10 to 60 meters. And sorry if I confused you guys. And okay, usually the width varies from 10 to 60 meters. Just keep that thing in the mind. In case of the barrier, you can see here that is barrier methods are usually used for controlling the lateral movement of the gases, and these are often used in conjunction with the lateral surface vents buried below the grade in a gravel trench. Control of the downward movement of the gases, which can be accomplished by installing perforated pipes in a gravel layer at the bottom of the landfill. So maximum, both the causes help in preventing the entry of gases to the what we can say, to the groundwater, to prevent all that thing only they are maintaining so much. And see, you can, I'm just zooming off the area method and the trench method. I hope it is quite clear. Photo the photo has not so much of clarity, sorry for that. And so only I had just described you the points so that it may help you guys, like just make the points of it. Okay. And in red thing I have given that water beneath the land surface occurs in two principal zones, that is the unsaturated zone and saturated zone. So that's what it is in terms of unsaturated zone. Okay, whatever the landfill is there, they are located here. Okay, so let's start with the discussion of the point 2 number, that is the factors responsible for evaluating the landfill sites. So what are the basic things we can think according to it is, mainly before going for any kind of establishment or construction, we need to have some land area. So that what the point first is going to indicate. And the impact of processing and resource recovery, and how exactly due to excavation the air pollution may occur, if any groundwater instability may happen. So everything, what is the impact of processing it or executing it, we have to know. And after executing it, what are the resource recovery you are going to get it. So what are the benefits you are going to get it after what we can say, implementing these landfill things, modern methods and all. And what are the haul distances, I think, from the generation point to the disposal side, what is the haul distances and all, how much they may cover and all. And what are the main soil conditions and topography or climatic conditions, whether in case of rainy or winter and summer, what and all things they can carry over. And soil conditions, nothing but whether it's a fertile land or non-fertile land, etc. And topography, whether it comes under the we can say slope area or no, all that things we have to know. And local environment conditions, like say whether it is prone to any kind of hazardous things like earthquakes or something like that. Surface water hydrology, whether it is going to affect the water table and all, we have to even see that. And geologic and hydrogeologic conditions, nothing but same only, that is unsaturated zones, saturated zones, and other earthquake zones, etc. What condition is going to occur and how we have to maintain if any disaster is going to occur. Everything has to be uh, what we can say, maintained, well maintained. Okay. And after all these points making and all, the last thing comes after, we can say, if you can have idli too, you cannot have the third one because you're already saturated. So after the saturation point of that particular site, what best you can use that particular site rather than landfilling. So even you have to make that things. So that's what it says, ultimate use of the site. At last, how well you can utilize that particular site. Advantages and disadvantages of sanitary landfill includes advantages since it is inexpensive, cost is minimized, and it is convenient because it's the best method followed until. And disadvantages becomes, if it is going to fail, it will affect as well the air as well as water, as it is going to contaminate both the environment. Okay. And health hazards, obviously, due to the generation or decomposition, the bacteria or small types of rodents or microorganisms, which may lead to the health issues for the humans, either in terms of breathing or air nuisance or water pollution, everything it comes. And I said you that unsightly look, because see, if landfill site, if all the waste are dumped in such a manner, you can see in this particular photo, see how ugly it is looking, right? So that's what they say, that it is an unsightly look. It is not an aesthetic good view, right? Where you don't like to go and stay there for a long time. Okay, so let's discuss regarding the lichet. So you can see here, right? These waters are nothing but the lichet. After decomposition of that particular waste, okay, whatever the liquid is going to ooze out from that decomposition is known as lichet. That is nothing but, they say, lichet is the liquid which enters through the solid waste, and along with them they are going to carry the dissolved as well as suspended materials from it. See, lichet is not like a purifier thing, right? Obviously it is an impure thing, because after degradation only it is living the water out. Okay. And it won't to I can say, it not only comes alone, but as well it carries some of the minute pollutants which cannot be dissolved completely also. Okay. It will be suspended in the form, in the sense it is going to float on it, right? So like that materials will also come along with this particular lichet. So it is clearly showing how unaesthetic it will become, and how nuisance it may create, how ugly or how smelly the situation or of that particular site area will be. You can just imagine the things. In Bangalore, we can say best view will be this Kangeri side and all, wherever you find the cutters and all. So these things only, you can see that water will be in terms of black in color. Why? Because of the decomposition of the waste, the water which is coming out, that is nothing but the lichet. Okay, that black water. Okay. So most of the landfill lichet consists of the liquid produced from decomposition of the waste and liquid produced from external sources. They are surface drainage, rainfall, groundwater, and water from underground springs. So along with these lichets, there are some chances of mixing of either the surface drainage, okay, rainfall, groundwater, etc. So there are other chances also. So we are giving an initiation for that lichet to flow around in our fields with the help of these natural things, we can say. Okay. Due to the leakage of drainage and all, it will also come and mix with this particular lichet, and it may flow, or due to rainfall it may ooze out. So all these conditions, it is going to apply. And what are the main composition of the lichet? We have to know even this. It's an important factor. Okay. So in case of a composition of lichet, we have to know what are the main components it usually has. For example, the pH, COD, BOD, chlorides, manganese. So these are the 5 chemicals, right? And see, we are having differentiation of recent waste, aged waste, and bioreactive waste. Okay. So we say that usually the domestic waste, na, they will decompose very fast. That will lead to the production of fatty acids. Organic matter will decompose quickly. We know everything regarding it. So what do you mean by this recent waste? Recent waste is nothing but the waste which is dumped just now, and you're gonna take, or you're gonna measure what is the pH, COD, BOD, chlorides, manganese levels in it. And aged waste is nothing but, here the reaction goes stable in nature, that is the biological activity gets reduced, so it attains some level, saturation level. Okay, it can't further decompose it. At that time, what are the pH, COD, BOD, chlorides, manganese, etc. And what is this bioreactive thing? Okay, well, we should know that. So here the reactions are undergoing still. Okay, like we can say that yeah, since a higher concentration of ammonical nitrogen shows high rate of anaerobic biological activity with the landfill. So they say that bioreactivity will come during the reaction at the stage. Recent waste is at the deposition state, aged is at the end stage, and bioreactive is the reaction stage. So you are showing born stage, middle age stage, and death stage. So that's what these three classification is about. Let's start with the constituents of landfill gases. So you can see this drawing, beautiful drawing. Monitoring well, filter layer, leachate collection layer, leachate collection pipe, native strata, clay liner, leachate removal pipe, waste, gas vent, topsoil, drainage liners or the layers, liners and fill. So okay, so this was a drawing of another landfill. You can, I think now we have got some idea regarding what exactly is a landfill, right? If you got to know, then please do comment down. If any kind of doubts you are having, please let me know. Okay, and fine, ठीक है, तो चलो फिर हम पढ़ते हैं constituents of landfill gases. Okay, here what exactly we are going to discuss. See, gases after decompositions, what are the gases mainly evolve are ammonia, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen, hydrogen sulfide, methane, nitrogen, and oxygen, depending upon the waste which is present in that particular thing, and decomposition, depending upon it, the gases would be liberated. In case of organic waste, if we consider, we will be getting always the methane and carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide gases, right? Okay, anaerobic decomposition, we have already studied that without the presence of any air, it will be decomposing the waste in a closed container. So the same thing is happening here. And if why always they are going to provide a vent shape for landfill? I know, my friends, you have already got an idea why they are going to do it. Because, see, if it is not in a vented shape, okay, or in vent shape, the percentage of the methane would increase, and thereby the reaction with the carbon dioxide will lead to diffusion into the strata below the landfill. So that's what they say, that due to the see, one thing I will say, liquid has a strong pressure in it, or a density in it, where I mean the water, which may destroy even well constructed buildings. You know already the floods and all is happening, you people can get to know how strong the water density will be. The same way, even the gases are having same type of power, where they may uh, pressurize the stuffs and they may come out, okay, at any cost. So if it is not well in vent shape, then the increase of methane gas will be more, due to which it will react with the carbon dioxide, okay, and then they will start fighting, or they start racing with each other to come and attack the groundwater stratas or the tables below. So to avoid such things, they are going to provide the vent shape, due to which the clay layer will be again deposited in to prevent the entry of gases to the groundwater or to the ground surfaces, even above also. So they are preventing in all the ways where it should not enter into it. So let's start with the last stage of the control of leachate movement and gas recovery system. In case of control of the leachate movement, let's see what exactly it deals with. So in case of the control of the leachate movement, as on the leachate percolates or enters through the underlying strata, what is going to happen? If leachate enters into the underlying strata, what happens means many of the chemical and biological contaminants present in it will be removed by the leachate flow by filtering and adsorptive action of the material composting the strata. So usually what happens, I have said already that leachate, it is like we can say the member who won't go alone. He is not a one man army. He collects everyone all around and he brings it to a batch of students like. So they say like that if it is going to enter into the underlying strata, then it carries since the chemical and biological contaminants and it may affect the ground stuffs, right? Yeah, stratas will be affected. For gas recovery, the leachate formation plays an important role as it will have moisture content of 50 to 60% versus 20 to 25%. As the moisture content should be high. Why? Because if it is moisture, then only it can produce max amount of the gas, and due to which we can recover it in a faster manner, right? In some cases, what happens during the gas recovery, the leachates, whatever is going to be collected and recycled to the top of the landfill, it will be re-injected to the perforated lines located on drainage trenches. In some cases, what they are going to do, they are recycling the gases back to back for making the decomposition faster only, we can say. Okay, so what is the next thing? The rate of gas production will be high during this recirculation of the leachates, and hence it will be mandatory to collect and treat it. Good, you got to know. For making the reaction faster only, they're recirculating it and again they will treat it. Okay. The main function which has to be considered for the control of leachate movement is we have to eliminate the surface water infiltration. That's what, it should not enter into the surface water because groundwater things are going to be taken up, treated, and then it will be sent for drinking purposes. So it should not enter into those things, right? So we have to even think about it. Everything in all aspects we have to think. And what about the slopes they are going to provide is 1 to 2% surface slope. Okay, so these were the things regarding the leachate movement. Let's see how the gas recovery is going to be done. Even this is a beautiful topic, we can say. So the well systems are used for recovery of the gases from the landfill. The movement of the gases in landfills can also be controlled by installing the gas recovery wells in complete landfills. Clay and other liners are used where landfill gases is to be recovered. In some gas recovery systems, leachate is collected and recycled to the top of the landfill and re-injected through the perforated lines located in the drainage trenches. So as the same thing is going to be again repeating, right? The rate of gas production is greater when the water is added, or to maintain its moisture we need to. Although gas recovery systems have been installed in some large municipal landfills, the economics of such operations are at present. So these modern technologies are presently going on. So it is a beautiful method. It is as well protecting the environment. Along with that, it is minimizing our burden to the environment also. The cost of the gas cleanup and processing equipments may limit the recovery of landfill gases from small landfills. So that's what. So if we maintain all these things, we can take care of our environment in a beautiful manner. So these are the basic things, okay, because they may harm very badly to the society. So we have to maintain a lot. Friends, I have a case study here. It is the parish landfill. Okay, they have given the anatomy of a failed landfill. What happens exactly if a landfill fails in even a minor of it gets damaged also? What are the major effects it may cause? See, even here they have mentioned the definition has the landfills are created to enclose the waste as it decomposes and harvest the gas produced, right? At the bottom of the landfill, a shallow layer of leachate is going to be developed. Fine. A liquid began as a rainwater but passes through the waste must be pumped out. See, beautiful sketch. I can say beautiful sketch. I should thank those persons really. They have really mentioned very well thing. You people can even check their case studies and all in brief manner. Okay, so see here, you can see they have said that if at the stage of collection pipeline it gets failed, how the leachate is going to percolate out or to the downwards, as well as how the gases are going to combine from each stages. All the gases are going to be combined, and then they are moved or they are passed by that particular atmospheric air, due to which even the neighboring environment will also get affected, or to that particular area will also get affected. And so my dear friends, so just building a particular material is not satisfactory. If it causes any damage, how you are going to prevent it is also mandatory. So we have to do it in a very skillful manner. Okay, I hope you have liked this fourth chapter. It was quite interesting also. So thank you guys for watching it, and do subscribe, like, share, comment, and also hit on to that bell icon for further notifications whenever I upload a new video. And please do subscribe to my channel, so that it gives me a moral support to make still more good ppts for you guys, which may help you all. Okay, fine, thank you guys.